Today we're making high protein grab and go breakfast burritos. It's a beautiful combination of flavors. You've got crispy beef, crispy potatoes, egg and cheese. They store and reheat incredibly well and they taste fantastic. This right here is everything we're going to need for today's recipe, plus oil, salt and pepper. We'll start out with the potatoes. I've got 500 grams or 1.1 pounds of Spud Lite potatoes. They're just lower carb potatoes, or you can use regular. That's completely fine. All I'm going to do is slice these in half lengthways, slice them in half again or into quarters, and then just rotate and dice into bite-sized pieces, making sure that they're all the same size. That way everything is going to cook at the same rate. I also leave the peels on for extra nutrition and flavor, but you're more than welcome to remove them if you don't like them. Get the potatoes into a bowl. I'm only seasoning these with salt and pepper. I'm not going to add anything else, but you're more than welcome to add all different spices and herbs depending on what you like. And I'm also going to add in about 1 teaspoon's worth of olive oil spray. Give it a quick mix around. Depending on which herbs and spices you used, it just creates different flavors. So be my guest, do whatever you need to do to make this work for yourself. As for me, I'm going to be using an air fryer, so we'll get these into our basket. I'm going to cook these at about 200 degrees Celsius or 400 degrees Fahrenheit for around 18 to 22 minutes, just until they're soft, they're golden, and they have those nice crisp edges. An optional ingredient is 120 grams or 4.2 ounces of light cheddar cheese or regular cheddar cheese, and I have included this in the macros. All I'm going to do is run this along the larger side of a box grater, and you can use store-bought stuff for this if you need to. Just do whatever's cheapest for you, but it's always best if you grate your own cheese. Now for the eggs, we're going to be using 4 whole eggs and then 8 egg whites. This is just going to cut the cholesterol quite a bit while maintaining the same amount of protein. You can add cream to this, but it will skyrocket the calories quite a bit. So instead I am going to be using 60 milliliters or 1/4 of a cup of milk. All we need to do is give this a mix around just until everything's combined, mainly focusing on breaking up those egg yolks. And I don't recommend seasoning it right now. I recommend seasoning it whilst it's cooking. Now place a pan onto your stovetop and whack this over a medium-high heat. Get the pan nice and hot. Add in a little bit of spray oil. This is olive oil spray oil. Then with that, we can add in our beef mince, which is 500 grams or 1.1 pounds. And this is a lean beef mince, about 5% fat. Add in a little bit of salt, a little bit of cracked black pepper. Add on 1 teaspoon of smoked paprika, 1/2 teaspoon of onion powder, and 1/2 teaspoon of garlic powder. Now with this, just let it sit for a couple of minutes to build up a crust. We don't want to touch it, otherwise we'll knock too much heat out of the pan. That's how you're going to get that beautiful crust all over. So once a crust is formed, we can start mixing this around. Just make sure you mix all of those spices through. And we're going to continue and repeat that process just until the beef mince is no longer pink and most of that water has evaporated. This should take about 6 to 7 minutes. Now this has been about 6 minutes. Got that really nice color all over. Most of the water that's come out of the beef has evaporated exactly where we need it to be. At this stage, we'll just remove it from the pan. With the pan empty, you've got a little bit of that fat left over. We'll place this back over a medium-high heat. You can add a touch more spray oil if you'd like to, or you can just use the residual fat that's left in the pan. And this time, we're going to add in all of our eggs. Now everyone likes different types of eggs. I know some people like the porridge style, which is that really fine style, or for me personally, I like the bigger curds. So what I do is I just let this sit and then every now and again, just come through and mix in from the sides. That way you get those long strips of curds. We don't want to cook this too much because it will continue to cook off the heat. So just keep cooking this for about 2 minutes until you have those soft, fluffy curds, or until it's cooked to your liking. Now about this stage, it's still runny, but those curds are forming. I'm going to add in all of our cheese. Just make sure you spread it out evenly so it melts properly. And at this stage, I'm also going to add in all of our beef mix. And if you've timed everything in, I'm also going to add in all of those potatoes, but you don't have to do this. You can serve them separately. With all of that in, I'm going to turn this off the heat and then just use the residual heat and just fold everything together. Just make sure all of those flavors have become friends. You can double check it for seasoning, but because we've seasoned the beef and the potatoes, you probably don't need to add any more seasoning. Also, if there's any sauces that you like to add, chili sauce or barbecue tomato sauce, you can add it now as well, or you can just add it on when we're assembling. So once everything's mixed, you should have a beautiful concoction that looks like this. We can remove this from the stovetop. Now, as far as portioning out goes, we need 5 tortillas of choice, and we're going to add 1/5 of that mix into the tortillas. You can weigh everything evenly if you like to do it that way. Now, like I said before, you can add all sorts of different things to this, different sauces. I'm going to use a little bit of chili sauce, just to get the tongue tingling. We'll then fold in the sides, fold straight over the top, tuck in all of that, just make sure nothing pops out, tuck in the sides again, then continue rolling until everything is in there, nice and tight, like so. Once you have them rolled out, place them seam side down, that way nothing will just fold out, and you can either toast these now and then wrap them up, or you can toast them when you go to reheat. And I do recommend wrapping them in foil or food safe paper or even Ziploc bags. So with them done, we'll then slice one open to reveal that beautiful center. Now these will last 4 days in the fridge and 4 months in the freezer. If you have them frozen, allow them to thaw overnight in the fridge before trying to reheat. And with reheating, I do recommend putting them in the microwave for about 10 to 20 seconds just to take the chill out of them. Then you can place them into a pan and toast it outside and make sure that that center's nice and hot. Worst case scenario, you can eat them cold. Now there's only one thing left to do, and that is, of course, we can then dig in. For something so easy, that is absolutely delicious.